What's good, y'all? Welcome back, man. It's Fresh, and this is the Moon Runner. So today, we're going to open up this video with the great Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I recommend that you go on YouTube and as well as X, Twitter, and go follow this dude. His YouTube channel is Rich Dad Radio, and on X, on Twitter, it's just his name, Robert Kiyosaki. All right. We're going to talk about today's video. We're going to cover where we are in America and in the world. And what are some solutions that how can we position ourselves, you guys, to be in a better position when we come out, when the smoke clears of this recession, and how far down will we go? No one knows, but let's get into it.
This is going to be the biggest crash in world history. We have never had this much debt pumped up. Debt is the biggest problem of all, but that's called M2, money supply. And the debt to GDP ratio is out of sight. So when it comes down, which it brings everything down with it, that's when I'm going to be buying more gold, silver, and Bitcoin. This is going to be the biggest crash.
So we're definitely going to be talking about Kaspa, but I want to go back. They got a lot of clips, a lot of interviews with Robert Kiyosaki. And in one of the video clips, I was just doing some research to try to find some content to bring you guys to open up this video. He said that the dude asked him, more millionaires I made during recessions. He said, absolutely. This is from 2018. Opportunities are available in any economy, good or bad. In the good times and the bad times, the opportunities are available. If you're positioned correctly and have the experience and knowledge, you have the greatest opportunity to acquire great deals in an economic downturn. So during this recession, you guys, you can position yourselves as long as you get the wisdom, get the knowledge, get yourself around the right people, get in the right circles, right? You can position yourselves to be in a better financial situation than where you are today. No matter where you are, you can position yourselves, right? Grant Cardone, another great person that I watch a lot of the videos. He spoke about the fact that during the 2008 crash is when he exploded his business and became a super multimillionaire. Grant Cardone. You go watch videos on Grant Cardone, 2008 crash. He'll tell you how Cardone University and his other businesses just exploded and blew up. So don't be looking at this like the recession necessarily is like, oh, it's over and there's nothing I can do about it. Yes, you can do something about it. You just absolutely got to grind. You got to get yourself positioned around the right people, which is why we are creating a Patreon. Me and my bro, Bitcoin Sniper, cousin Don P, he said he got a brother in the UK. I got to get connected with that brother. My dog Corey. It's gonna be so many people in this Patreon. You know what I mean? And for the first like 20 people, we're gonna keep it exclusive to the first like 20 people before we explode it out. And there is going to be every person that is in the Patreon, you want to see the value and you're going to pay for the value, right? It's gonna be a hard economic times, y'all. So what my focus is, we got to put our heads together. We gotta create. This is a mastermind. I read the book, and if you've read the book Think and Grow Rich, in the book Think and Grow Rich, it talked about the importance of a mastermind. So that's what the Patreon is going to be. It's going to provide total, I mean, as much value as we can kick out, you guys, in a day, in a week. We're gonna be kicking out that value. We're gonna be giving y'all the insights of what is our next focus? You know what I mean? Everybody knows about Bitcoin. Everybody knows about Kaspa. But what's the next focus? What are we investing in right now that's not being posted on this YouTube channel? Those things are going to be in the Patreon. All right. I ordered a Tangent wallet. I'm going to keep going into the video, but I ordered this Tangent wallet and it should be in tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. It should be showing up on August 8th. Today is the 7th of August. If you have not purchased this Tangent wallet, please do yourself a favor and order this Tangent wallet. Nothing about what I'm saying is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, but this is the safest way for you to store your cryptocurrency. When you order this Tangent wallet, only when you order this Tangent wallet, only order it from the official website. Do not order it from Amazon and do not order it from eBay or any third-party site. Only order it from the Tangent website wallet, because if you order it from a third-party site, someone could have your private keys. They could have access to your crypto. So only order it from this website. All right. And you can get this set of 3 when you come here. I just always keep that screen up to show you guys. January 4th this year, Robert Kiyosaki warns our leaders will drive us into a depression and war, right? We see the war happening with the Hamas, right? Hamas and Israel, right? That war is happening, right? Reiterates, buy Bitcoin. Robert Kiyosaki has been consistently talking to people about buying gold, buying silver, and buying Bitcoin. And we know that Bitcoin is the first, it's not the best. So that's why we bring in Kaspa, which I believe, and a lot of people believe, is going to be, or can be, right? I'm not going to say what's going to happen for the future because I don't have a glass ball, but should be a global decentralized currency for the people, not a centralized global currency, a decentralized global currency that is for the people, to where we can have freedom. All right. And I want to keep talking about that because in my last video, you guys, I spoke about the fact that we are already under totalitarianism. We are already under a regime. We're already under my last 2 videos, I spoke about these things, right? When was this video? We're already in a centralized system. We see what happens in a centralized system. The collapse happens. That's what we're talking about, the recession, because they do too much money printing. They cause all of these problems. They want to say, recessions happen because of the American people. Speaking about America, recessions happen because of the powers that be, not because of us. Recessions happen because of greed and too much money printing, which they call quantitative easing. All right, so I'm gonna leave that one up. All right, so you can go on Google and type in what are some signs of recessions. I've been speaking about this for years. We're going to a recession. We're going to a recession, and because I was so ahead, it seems crazy to people who don't pay attention to the global market, who don't pay attention to the monetary system. They think I only come in here and talk about crypto. They thought I only been studying crypto, but I've been studying from the top down. You have to study the whole market. Uh, so some signs, right? The VIX, VIX, right? Volatility, the volatility index, right? The global GDP, right? Low industry and industrial outputs and sales. We're gonna speak about that. That's gonna be one of the first things to talk about, right? Growing unemployment rates, right? And the inverted yield curve. Okay, so the things we're gonna be covering, we're gonna cover this VIX as best as I can. I'm new to that. I know about the GDP, and of course, we know about when retail stores are closing all over the place, and I've heard about the inverted yield curve. So I want to bring all of those things together because I've been learning about them for years. All right, so this is this year. Put myself down for a second, so that way. Why did you do that? Okay. All right. Right. So this is this year, 2024. Of course, it would be some ads popping up in my video. All right. Walmart quietly shutters another 3 stores as the total closures for 2024 hits 11 stores, right? 11 stores decided, close 3 stores. Let me close this. What's that popping up? Three more stores across the United States, bringing the year close to 11, right? Retail giant said these 3 stores located in Georgia, Colorado, all right? So Georgia and Colorado, probably more stores in Colorado closed. It's getting really expensive to live out there. I was out there for 3 years. Metro area of Atlanta will be closing 1 location in Marietta, July 12th. So just over the last month. So right, Walmart closed a total of 32 stores since the start of 2023, including 11 in 2024. And it's showing you where these stores are. That's crazy. They're closing stores down by Houston and Texas. And we know, so I want to put that up there and I want to really note this. We know that the closer you get to major cities, there's more violence, there's more crime. So that happened in, I think it was around Minnesota. That happened in that region of the country. They closed the store somewhere around Minnesota, I believe it was, because of all the violence. Them doing just absolutely crazy things. I want to point that out because I know people are going to have something to say. Well, they also close the stores because it's crazy in the hood. It's crazy in major cities, but that is not the reason why these stores are closing. These stores are closing because of the economic downturn, period. Okay. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Macy's, right? So this is the company's plan to close 600 more stores, additional 370 Family Dollar stores, and 30 Dollar Trees. Come on, y'all. They closing the dollar stores, man. Like, man, myself back up here, man. Like, I don't think people waking up. They're closing the dollar stores, y'all. Man, if that don't make sense to y'all, nothing will, man. All right, let's scroll down a little bit more. Macy's, Outback Steakhouse, right? Red Lobster, Rue 21, right? Walgreens. People can't even get their medications that they need. The Walgreens is closing. That's forcing people to go to um like Myers, right? Because Myers is still open. Uh, Pharmacies at Walmarts that are still open. I wanted to see if it was any more. Apparently not. So let's close that down. Let's keep it moving. Got a lot to unpack in this video, so I don't really want this video to be super, super long. All right. So in this chart right here is the inverted yield curve, right? No, my bad. This is the Treasury versus the S&P 500. Okay, so the blue, you look up at the left top of the screen, right? The blue represents the 10-year Treasury, right? And then the red is the S&P 500. Anytime you guys start seeing this, you're starting to see the dump of the S&P 500 and the rise of them buying treasury bonds. Anytime you see that, right? These are clear indications, you guys, of a looming recession. Robert Kiyosaki been talking about this recession for years, y'all. I mean, he was talking about them heavy because he was off by a couple years as to when the recession is supposed to happen, but he was predicting the first recession in 2008. He was speaking about that. Then in like 2016 and 18, he started going crazy again, talking about recession coming, recession coming, recession coming. And the only thing he missed as far as his predictions and the people that he's associated with, which I don't know if, you know, if he missed it or if he just didn't speak about it, but it was C19. You know what I'm saying? Uh, he didn't speak about that, but he was speaking about this heavy. So let's go. Where else we got, right? So we talked about the which is not on here, but I seen that when I was doing my research. We spoke about, let me close this down. Okay, we spoke about the chart of the S&P 500 as well as treasury bonds starting to cross, right? And they got videos covering this, y'all. Like I might not be doing this the best, but I'm doing this the best that I know how, and I'll bring y'all some information that if you start doing your research on these things, you will understand that where we are, the writing is on the wall. There's not no uh a faint uh a faint alarm in the distance. This is like up in your face now. You know what I mean? So this is a normal yield curve, right? Just total growth. The inverted yield curve, you guys, is showing where we are right now. And I am going to pull that up on the screen. You guys can see it inverting, right? So 1980s, right? So there was a recession around 1980. Total explosion up in the market. You know what I mean? We're going to have sideways action. And it, like, one thing I understood too is in history, there is a mild recession around every decade, every 10 years. You can see it right here. So 1980, it happened, 1990, 2000, right? Then we had the 9/11, right? So that's, where's it at? 9/11. somewhere right here, right? Okay, explosion, right? And around these times, they're turning that money printer on. For wars, they're turning it on for different reasons, right? Inverted yield curve, right? So this is before 2007. Boom, 2008, they turn the money printer on. And my whole life, I didn't know these things. I read the book Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I listened to everything I could, studied everything from Robert Kiyosaki, watched all of the videos. And around 2008, 2009, 2010 is when I started understanding about them turning on the money printer and how they turn on the money printer for wars and things of that nature. And I was like, man, this is what people said, that when people say money is evil. I don't believe that money is evil, but I believe that there's an evil associated with with I don't think money is evil, but I think the heart of man can be evil and they can do evil things with money. I'm gonna say it that way. Money, all money does, you guys, is expose you to the world and exposes you to yourself. When you get more and more money, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? What's going to be your focus then? So then we see these inverted yield curves, right? Seeing it. We're right there. You look at the bottom, that's the inversion, y'all. That's the inversion. You can see it. This is a healthy yield curve up. And this is where 2022, it began. And the writing was on the wall and the news. That's why this is a machine. The news still was not talking about a recession. The only people who was talking about a recession was independent news reporters. Independent journalists was the only ones talking about it. Robert Kiyosaki was like, look, it's about to happen. Y'all got to wake up. Y'all got to pay attention. Shout out to Robert Kiyosaki, man. We keep talking about the national debt clock from time to time. We'll keep talking about the national debt clock from time to time. Over 35 trillion. Okay. This right here. All right. So the overview, let's talk about this. The VIX index is a calculation designed to produce a measure of constant 30-day expected volatility of the United States stock market, derived from real-time mid-quote prices of S&P 500 index, right? Call and puts options on global basis, right? So it is one of the most recognized measures of volatility. And you guys can see where we are on this VIX chart in the data, right? July 2009. No, July 9th, my bad. 30 days. Let's go to the 30 days, right? You can see over 30 days, we've just been having a huge. So this is from the 7th of July, 2024. And this is where we are, right? 8.5. Let's go back to the monthly. You see that? This right here, you see that huge spike up, this huge rise. And this right here is a clear indication, you guys. These charts don't lie. These charts don't lie, man. These charts don't lie. You know what I mean? These charts don't lie. So in closing, the separator between the wealthy and the poor, you guys, is wealthy people put their money into income producing cash flow vehicles called assets. Nothing about what I'm saying is financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. However, we know the power of Bitcoin. We know the power of Bitcoin. But the thing about Bitcoin, you guys, is Bitcoin is a dinosaur. It is a store of value. This is like a retirement, right? And of course, we want to utilize crypto for peer-to-peer transactions. We're hoping and speaking and focusing and pushing as a Caspian, the Kaspa community, to push for Kaspa to be global decentralized currency. Bitcoin is the first, but it's a dinosaur and it's slow. So we need peer-to-peer transactions. And this is where you come down, and Kaspa's at spot 22 at 15 cents, y'all. It dropped. It dropped 5 cents and it's still at spot 22 without any major listings on any exchanges. The exchange that's about to focus on listing it right now, which we've been seeing a lot of activity. We've been seeing a lot of activity is Binance. Binance the other day, they started to get Kaspa activity, and that's when you know, okay, here we go. It's about to happen. It's coming. Kaspa said that they are, let me find the article real quick. 18 hours ago, it's a little bit further back. Right here. No. I want to make sure I give you guys the adequate information. Right here. Boom. 2 days ago, Binance Pool launches the Kaspa Cash mining pool. Right? Listen, y'all. Where am I at on here? Okay, let me pop back on. Shout out to the Caspians. This is what we've been pushing for. There's problems, and then there's solutions. What are we going to be focused on? I've been the person that was like, I went through a recession in 2008. So I was like, man, I don't like that pain. That was a whole lot of pain. I don't never want to go through that again. So now it's like, okay, what Grant Cardone said, get prepared, get your inner circle, connect with me, y'all. Get around winning people with winning mindsets. My dog, Bitcoin Sniper, keeps saying it's about the mindset. And not only the mindset, but the heart set, the willingness, the willpower to say, I don't care what we got to do. We're going to keep driving forward. So it's mindset and heart set. It's both of them. You can have the right mindset, but if you don't got the fortitude, if you don't got the relentless drive, if you don't got to say, over the next year, we are about to, like my cousin Doug did, live broke for a couple years and just pour everything into assets. My brother got real estate, all type of shit going on. Let's talk to my brother-in-law, Adam. Shout out to my brother-in-law. We about to invest in box trucks and grind, build the business from one box truck. We about to build multiple box trucks, and then we're going to build the business. Then we're going to hire people. Income producing assets. Do you feel what I'm saying? You got to be around winning team. That's my point. Mastermind, winning team. And then from there, when we get the box truck and we in there, I got it's not a GoPro. I got a it's small like a GoPro. I can't think of the brand, but it's A6, it ain't A6 Pro. But anyway, I got the little camera. That's the one you see me where I'm walking around. I'm doing Casper talks. We're gonna hook that joint up, get two of them, bam, bam, in the truck, and we talking about crypto, and we keeping y'all driven forward, man. Income producing assets. There's problems, and then we got the solutions, and that's pouring your hard-earned money, cash, which is trash, Robert Kiyosaki said, and put it into assets that can keep generating generational wealth. It can get you further and further ahead. You know what the separator between wealth and poor is? Wealthy people just have more time in the future. Their bills can be paid up longer. Their money goes longer. It's a timeline, and they're further and further into the future. Y'all remember the movie Time by let me show y'all. Justin Timberlake. This movie is powerful because that brother had realized that he had to keep going out and he had to keep networking. He had to keep jugging. He had to go in the belly of the beast where the wealthy people was and break in, so to speak, to get in there, to connect with somebody and go to them demons, them devils, to connect to them people to get more time. I think he got somebody where they had unlimited time. And he's like, how y'all got unlimited time? That's like the powers that be. How can y'all keep printing all this money? And the craziest part of the movie, he got it and he was going back to his mom who was running out of time, and he running towards her, and they get a couple feet, 5 feet, 10 feet, 4 feet apart, and she falls because she runs out of time. And that's the real world that we living in. Wealthy people got more time. The greatest asset on the planet is your time and the time that you spend with the loved ones. It's not about the money. Man, powerful, right? Powerful how the Most High can use me to really get on here and inspire y'all. I don't consider myself no preacher or nothing like that, but I do love to. That's what they said. What would you do? How would you show up? They said if you knew you had 2 years to live, what would you do every single day for that 2 years? I could tell you flat out, I'd be traveling into the most beautiful places around the world. That's my own, everybody has their own selfish thing for them. I'd be doing things that are creative. Those creative things bring me more life. I'll be doing this. I'll be speaking in front of people and inspiring them to create their greatest life. Like all I'm doing is pushing y'all to believe in yourself, to connect, to have a mastermind, and just get with us, get involved with the Patreon. Let's inspire each other to continue to create our greatest life. Let's be ahead. Let's think like the wealthy think. They are the early adopters. They move fast, they move early, they get on things early, they don't wait. They're the people that got the first iPhone. Those are the wealthy minded mindset, heart set people that are driven forward, that continue to the innovators, like Steve Jobs said, here's to the crazy ones. That quote is one of my favorite quotes. Like I got to get that thing blew up and put on the wall somewhere so I can look at it every day, because that's me. That's you. If you watching me, we are magnets. We are the law of attraction, the law of vibration, the laws of frequency, the hermetic laws. This is real. Even if you think it's just about just the Bible and that's blasphemy and that's this and this and that. I got a Bible right here. I got a holy Bible right here. Yet y'all see me with this and the Bible, and the Bible sits right beneath me, right? And my little cubby, I can't even, why it ain't popping up, right? And y'all see this, and people like, well, which one do you represent? I represent, I am a reflection of the Most High God. In the book, the reason why I want to talk about the law of attraction is it says it's Mark or Matthew. No, it's Luke. Might be Luke 7:7. It's two times in the gospel, right? Ask and it is given. Seeking ye shall find. Knocking the door shall be opened unto you. For him who asketh, it is given. For him who seeketh, findeth. And for him who knocketh, the door is open unto them. Right? That is the hermetic laws. That's the law of attraction. They just took it out of one book or in different cultures, and they wanted to create a name around it, a sentiment to say, well, this is the law of attraction. These are the law of correspondence and the law of reciprocity and the law of vibration. That's right there in the Bible. So people just kill me with this, if you're a Christian, you say, oh, we're not gonna be, that's the devil. This is it. No, man. God says oneness. God is about oneness. God is not about us being divided and separated. That is human ego. Bush. I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you that the time is now. Kaspa and some of the other cryptos that we are focused on, that we will be speaking about and talking about in the Patreon, that I might not ever do videos on this YouTube channel, but they will be in the Patreon. You will get the information for those. I am sending them to the people that have already paid in, that are not even in the Patreon because they paid in. I'm sending the information into them before we even create the Patreon. I don't have all the answers, but I know that the time is now to move. I know that we have to be courageous. I know that they said the greatest leaders are not looking outside for a leader. They're looking for the leader within. Then they're connecting to greater and greater leaders around them, so that way they can all serve each other. I don't care who the first person on the stage is. I don't care. It could be Bitcoin Sniper. It could be my cousin. I don't care who's on the stage speaking. I just love to do this. That's why it's like it's natural to me. This is organic to me. I've done this in front of people in churches when I was 15, 16 years old. So this is ordained. This is prophecy. I'm serving people. My the thing I'm manifesting and the thing that's going to happen, the thing, my prayer, my mantra, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word right now. we will, I'm not even just speaking about myself, we will have a network of like-minded people on every continent on this planet, wealthy, surrounded, sitting at the table with billionaires and multimillionaires, serving one another to get to our level of economic freedom, economic independence, economic wealth, to where we can live how we need to live. And we can make sure that the ones coming after us never have to experience the things that we went through, growing up to a mother on crack cocaine, growing up with no father, being raised by my grandmother, who was my safe haven, who passed away when I was 17. And I went to the streets from 17 to 32, and everything that was hell from 17 to 32. And people can tell you all day, well, why didn't you get a job? I was working a job and I graduated high school while I was in the streets. You're not looking at a stupid motherfucker. And I went to college after that. I said, this is not for me. I've been a hustler my whole life. I like having my own money. Before my grandmother passed away when I was 17. I was 14. I was working at fast food, McDonald's, and I would get a check, and the check was green. And it just looked like money. And I remember that vibration. I remember that feeling. It was like, I like having my own. I don't like nobody controlling mine. This is for me. This is what I work for. This is what I put in the grit, the grind. That's what make you a real man, real woman. And I'm gonna leave off by saying we gotta stop allowing these people to control our destiny and the destiny of our future. We're being indoctrinated, y'all, into a system to where it is benefiting them and it's not benefiting us. I could keep talking. I could keep going. I appreciate everybody that stayed to the end of my videos. I know I'll be having these rants. Sometimes they be long. But when you got so much value to give people, you don't condense down your value. Get involved with the Patreon. I want to figure out how to make this a one-time payment. Some people want to do the monthly thing and all of that and keep trying on really. I mean, however it works best. Maybe I could just divide it up to where I take the one-time payment, I break it up over 12 months and you only pay, you pay over the course of 12 months. I don't know how I'm going to do it, how we going to do it, because I'm definitely going to need a team. So you want to be involved with the Patreon. You want to be on the board of the Patreon. Bring value to the table. That means good value, positive energy. We're not bringing no negatives. When I'm speaking about the recession, I'm speaking about we got problems and more millionaires are made during the recession. So we got to focus on the solutions and get to where we're trying to get to during this timeline. It's fresh. This is the Moon Runners, y'all. I ask that you will like, comment, and you will subscribe. One of the most important things you can do to help me in this channel, to help me continue to show up every day. People have been doing it. People have been watching my whole videos to the end, even though I'm long-winded. Some people are like, man, this video is too long. Just get to it. Those are not the people I even want around. I don't want microwave mentality around me because wealth is not created in a microwave. Woo, smash the like button for that. One of the most important things you can do, repost my videos on your X, on your Twitter. Send them to different people that you are connected with in different countries. Get this exposed to people on different continents. If you got people in Africa, Jamaica, Haiti, Mexico, Australia, the UK, Europe, the Middle East, Egypt, I don't care, different countries. South America, you got people that's down in El Salvador, wherever these people are. Join the Patreon, get involved. Let's serve each other. Let's help each other. Kaspa, other cryptocurrencies, global, economic, decentralized freedom. I love y'all, man. It's fresh, and this is the Moon Runners. I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Peace and love. Let's go.